Hi guys, this is Crowded Tea, and we are still at the Earth SMP spawn. This is where you're going to spawn in at. Where are we going to go today? We're going to come over here and we're going to see this guy right here. This is a chunk hopper. Now, if I wanted to purchase a chunk hopper in real life money, how much does this thing want to cost? We're going to tell you a little bit about it. Okay, so $6. Okay, the chunk hopper automatically picks up any dropped items in the chunk that it is placed in. Instead of using many hoppers for your farm, you just need one. It lasts 30 days. The countdown stops if the hopper isn't placed down. You will receive this on the game mode you are online on when you complete your purchase. You will not receive it on all game modes. That's a very important thing to know. Okay, chunk hopper. So, so there's a couple of ways. This guy you can buy. You get an, let me think. You can also get one in your Eternal bundle if you wanted to purchase one of those. Okay, 7 days. Little bit different. If you want to see about the Eternal bundle, go back to my Eternal bundle video. Got one on that. Okay. You can also get a chunk hopper in your daily. So if you're claiming your dailies, you will find a chunk hopper in here. This chunk hopper, though, is only for 1 hour. Now, a lot of players don't like it because you got to keep switching it out. It just kind of all depends on what you're doing. And we're going to go over what it does and then some of the applications for it. So let's pop on over to my storeroom and let's see if I have what kind of chunk hoppers I have hiding. Okay, this is a 1 hour chunk hopper. This is what they look like. I have used 13 minutes and 15 seconds off of that one. Okay, 8 minutes and 38 seconds off of that one. This is a 7-day one. We got a couple of those. If you don't want to pay real money or don't have it in your dailies, you can also purchase it off of the auction house. This is what a chunk hopper looks like when it is all used up. This one is expired. It has no time. Let's move these guys here. So see the difference? This one will tell you what it does and how long. This one has nothing and it's bright red. I am going to show you. Let's get myself some blocks. I'll show you the cool thing about a chunk hopper. I'm going to hook this chunk hopper up to my sorter. Let's make sure I got some space. Let's get on up here. Let's get some fly because that's a little bit too big of a jump. We are going to put it on this chest. Now, when you place a chunk hopper, it tells you how much is left of it and who placed it. I am the only one that can mine this chunk hopper. I have co-ops here. A lot of my co-ops can come in and do all kinds of things. They cannot mine that because I placed it. Another thing is hoppers have to be placed on claimed land. If I wanted a chunk hopper out in the middle of nowhere, no can do. So, with a typical hopper, you would take them and you would just throw things in them. Well, here's what happens with the chunk hopper. You see how you see nothing? Let's do a whole stack. Nothing. Okay, let's take a look inside our hopper. Ooh, and that hopper is as big as a double chest. It does hold quite a bit of stuff. And it's feeding it into the chest, which is feeding it into my sorter. Now, I am down here on the bottom. Very bottom. Okay, just to give you an idea, look at my Y. I am at negative 62. I am just above bedrock, all right? Now, let's go up. We're going to leave that right there. Right there. I am going to get a more distinctive block so we don't get confused. Let's get some warped wood. I see that I have warped wood here. We're going to empty out that chest. Okay. And we're going to pop up to the top. It's thinking hard. Okay. Now, my sorting room is actually over here in this corner. Now, take a look at where I'm at. I am at Y level 66. And I'm going to come over here above my sorting room. So here I am over in my corner, and I can just drop. And all that stuff has disappeared. And that is because I am in the same 16 by 16 chunk as that chunk hopper. Let's go back down and visit it. So all those wood planks that I just tossed, there they are, from all the way up there. Now, a lot of the players don't particularly like 1 hour chunk hoppers. I have found that this is just a great way to clean up all those extra chests around my base. I'll put a 1 hour chunk hopper on here and run it through my sorter. And then at the end of my sorter, I have an overflow chest for things that I cannot sort. I could make this massive and bigger, but to be quite honest, there is a 100 hopper limit per city, which is one of the reasons why this goes around a corner, because as you can see, it goes through 3 different cities. I did not want to max out the hopper limit on any one city. So a great little way to clean up your base. Now that's a 1 hour one. Let's put this guy back. Now, those 30-day chunk hoppers, we are going to come over here and I'm going to show you. I did this. I came over here in my last video. Oop, forgot where I was. Okay, as I said in my last video, I do not have chunk hoppers. So when I made my cactus farm, I did it with fence posts. I did it with water. It comes down. It goes into the hopper. This is just a very old, generic looking cactus farm. I'm going to show you what you can do with a chunk hopper. And a lot of the bigger players do this. What they do is they make cactus farms like this. And the reason I couldn't do it is because, as you were seeing when I was dropping stuff, it was immediately disappearing because the chunk hopper was catching it. Here, the cactus will break and would fall, but the chunk hopper catches it before it has a chance to be destroyed. So he has this set up with a chunk hopper, and many of the big players make these massive cactus farms that go from bedrock all the way up to sky limit. Then you use a single chunk hopper and you hook it up to an auto sell chest. And we haven't done a video on the auto sell chest yet, but the auto sell chests will automatically sell the items every 5 minutes. So it's gathered in the chest via the chunk hopper, and then this chest sells it. Another way that you could use a chunk hopper is setting up a massive, massive mob farm. This one's a smaller version but you can have tons and tons of spawners up there all in one chunk, and then just have a chunk hopper kind of off to the side, say like over here, hooked up to a chest. Now this is a regular hopper hooked up to a chest, but if I wanted to consolidate all of my spawners in one spot, I can do very similar to the cactus farm, where I have a chunk hopper and then I have a sell chest, and it will sell all of the mob drops back to the server, and you can also make money that way. And if you look at my last video, it talks about selling things back to the server and the mob drops. So that is a little rundown on chunk hoppers, how to use them, what they do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check the description for my Twitch account. We do lots of fun things there. And also join our Discord. I run a wonderful little Discord server with my friend Super Gamer. And you will find a lot of really good, helpful people there. See, and that's why I need a chunk hopper. See all that extra stuff? Hope you have a great day. Bye.